everybody. I'm gonna double check. Make sure my sound is good. Say hello if you're here. I'm getting ready to make a shaker card online. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Line. All right. We are live. We have sound. Okay, guys. How are you doing? It's Friday Live with the Wonderbasement. Oh, are you guys ready for the weekend? I have a wedding rehearsal tonight. Hello. Thanks for saying hi. I have a wedding rehearsal tonight, a wedding tomorrow, and we are also, I've got birthdays to get ready for because we had some this week, and then we have Joey's is next week. And so, hi Mary. So I'm getting ready. Oh yeah, it's cool today here, and I think it's gonna rain this afternoon. We're probably going to do an indoor rehearsal, but hopefully we'll get a break tomorrow and we will be able to have an outdoor wedding. I work at a venue that is mostly outdoor weddings, but inside receptions. So we can move it to the ceremony inside, but I'm hopeful that it'll clear off tomorrow afternoon. So anyway, I have a couple of birthday cards that I have been working on. I've got my niece, Jessie. She has twin boys that just turned 6. And so I've sent all the other kids their birthday cards, but they're coming up next week. So I thought I would go ahead and make these and just give them to them in person. So I don't think they'll be watching. But anyway, we were playing with the Balloon Festoon. Susan had brought that out on Wednesday. And so I am taking a little bit of Silly Old Bear and a little bit of Balloon Festoon, and I've kind of made a shaker card. So I think I've got all my cards prepped. So let's see how this goes. I've already made one card and kind of got the logistics down. By the way, these are some cards that we have the tutorial for. If anybody is interested, available on our website. Susan made 2 cards, Sherry made 2 cards, I made 2 cards, and then we made, so there's a tutorial for just the cards, and then there's a tutorial for some party things. So we each made 2 of those as well. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out on the website. So these balloon dies are really, really fun, and they just scream to me. They're really giant. I mean, this one is humongous. And I was just kind of playing around with some ideas. The stamps are really adorable too. I like the little I don't know what you call that, just a little garland, I guess. And the words are fun. So, and they really like Spider-Man, but I didn't have anything spidery. I know the new release for July has some spider stuff in it, but I didn't think I could get it and create something right, just that quick. So what I've done is I've cut a card front. Now this is with the largest die, and it is actually, when you cut this in a sheet of cardstock, it's going to be at 4.5 inches. So it's a little wider than a normal 4.25 piece of cardstock. But since I'm going to give it to them in person, I didn't think that it would make that much difference. And we have all of this Pooh paper, the Winnie the Pooh paper, and it has these really pretty sceneries that are pre-printed. The back of this is just a solid. And so what I did is I took and made, with the large one, my base, and then I realized that these fit pretty well around each one of these little scenes. So I cut some of those out. And I've got this little guy. And it looks really cute. I'm going to show you my finished one here in a minute, but I'm going to work through how I constructed it on this one. So I basically, and I kind of like, I've always liked decoupage. It's just kind of fun for me. So what I did, and there's lots of little, well, I mean, you could use the stamps. They're just a little bit big though for the, let's see where, I don't know where I put them. Right here. The size of the stamps, well, here's some that I cut out last. And they're a little bit big for these scenes, but the little printed pieces are much more, they're sized better for this, for these little guys that are printed on the paper. So, like for instance, I cut out some of these characters, and in my head, I wanted them to be doing something birthday-y. So I just cut out a little Pooh right here. And then I've got Piglet. And what I've done is I've kind of decoupaged it and just put a dimensional in between them so that they pop out just a little bit. So I'm going to lay that down, and then I'm going to just stick this down. Stick this down with some snail. And I will tell you that I had to run in order to do some shakers that I liked, I had to go into my retired stash and pull out some of these gold stars. We don't have a ton of confetti kind of things, so this is what I pulled out. They may even still have them on the website under in the clearance section or last chance. Haven't really checked. So, okay, so what I've done is that I've got this piece pretty much ready. I'm going to stamp on the base of the balloon too, but I want to show you kind of how I put this together. So I cut this piece with the large one. This is with the large. This is with the next size down. And then what I did is I cut a piece of window sheet that is this size. And then what I've done is I've cut another one. See, this is, I wanted like a solid to kind of go around the top of the window sheet. And so what I've done is I only ran this halfway through the embossing machine. So you can see I just have a little, it's just halfway. But this fits really nicely right back in here, and you can get it almost, it kind of clicks into the cut line. And then I've just taken and I've done a little pencil drawing around here. And you can see it's not perfect, like it doesn't meet up perfect, but it's enough to give me, you know, a guideline. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut about 1/8 of an inch to follow the rest of where the die cut it, and cut out that piece. I'm also going to need to clip off the little balloon ends on these two pieces, because I've got the balloon on this one, the little holder, and then I need to cut off the little balloon on this side. Now, the next thing I do is I just take a little bit of regular snail and go around this, and this doesn't have to be super, doesn't have to be solid, because the next layer of the dimensionals is what we're going to seal up the shaker with. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can kind of see there is a point and then there's a point, and so I'm just going to lay this down. That's where that balloon piece is, and just lay it down like this. And I've got a little extra on this side, but what you can do is you can either pick it up and move it. I find when I'm working with window sheet, every time I touch it with adhesive, it actually, like, it'll leave a little gunk on my window sheet. So sometimes I just like to put it down and leave it. So I've got this piece, and this is gonna go on top to make my shaker. And the thing that I do next is I use these long dimensionals sheets. I've got some of these that I've got from my past paper pumpkin kits. And then we used to sell them also in circles. And I've got some of the remnants of that. You can use any of that. You just need, or you can even use dimensionals. You just have to make sure that you butt them up next to each other so that you don't have any like gaps here. Because if you have gaps here, when you shake it, it's going to fly out. So that's the next thing we're going to do. So, all right. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to stamp my background. And I think I'm just going to use, of course I didn't get my green out. I have every other color here but that one. But I'm just going to use the same color and go over the balloon. This is a cute stamp. And you can see how easily it just pops together. It's not hard to stamp. This almost goes the whole width of this balloon. Not cute. It's kind of sad. We're going to cover it up here in a minute. But. And then I think I'm going to take oh, I don't know what happened there. That's funny. I must have hit my mouse. Sorry about that. Let's see. Where did I put the stars? I had them right here. Okay, well then we're going to do... Oh, here, they're right in front of me. Everything being clear is a problem sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to do stars on this one. And I just really need it around the edge. Good. Let me do this one down here a minute. There we go. So now I can go ahead and I can put this exactly where I want it to go. And I'm just going to seal this down. Uh-oh, ran out of my stamp and seal. Just gonna, so you can see how that works as a really fun card. And I'm also going to take another clear sheet. I don't think I printed that out, but I'll show you on my other sample. Just some vanilla to put on the inside. So I already have this one ready to go, and we're going to put this on top. But before we do that, we're going to add, I cut out some balloons. The other one, and I put this one down, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of like the I'm thinking that I might want to also decoupage that, so I'm going to take the blue ink, this just adds so much when you stamp on some of the printed, the DSP. It adds a lot of interest. And then I also took a blending brush and dabbed a little bit on here and then just went around the edge. Oops, that was a little heavy. Won't matter. Let's see, I think I'm going to do them like this. I'm going to do one more. Okay. Oh wait, I need a little. Just taking off the white of the edge. All right, and then I'm gonna. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go flat on these two. I'm not really going to decoupage these. I'm just going to, and then I'm just going to lift them up with a dimensional. And actually, since I have some of these right here, I'm just going to use these. And another one. And actually you can get a couple different layers because this is just a little bit thicker than this, I think. Okay, so I'm going to put that down like that. I'm also going to take my shimmer brush because what is life without glitter? And I'm just going to go over that one. You can do them different ways. You could, you know, that kind of got gloppy. That's not what I want. You could also do some dots. Actually, I kind of like that. I could have just edged it with that. That looks kind of nice. I like that a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of our string. This our Baker's Twine, the essential pack. It's all the neutrals. And I think I'm just going to use white, I think. Do I want white? Oh no, I'm going to use that ivory. That looks cute. And pull this out. And I'm going to leave a little end, and then I'm going to tie a bow here. This. And I'm just going to cut this down about like that. And where did I put my glue dots? I really thought I was all ready to go. I had all my things. Fortunately, it's not far. So I'm going to take a glue dot and just put it right here. And then I'm going to do another bow on this other side. Like the little bows. Make it teeny tiny. It's like building a little diorama. Take that. I think I'm going to make these a little smaller if I can. Okay, that's fun. And I'm just going to let those kind of go free. I don't think I'm going to, I just want it to be kind of a party. Okay, now I want a little bit of sparkle on the inside, so I'm also going to take some of our sequins because it's got to be a little bit fun and sparkly. And I'm going to take and put, I'm just going to put some of these all over the balloons. I just like them a lot. And some little ones. Yes, that's my husband coming downstairs with lunch in his ever so lightness. Okay, so I've got that part, which is all really fun. But now what I'm going to do is make it really, really fun. Now, I am going to put a lot of these in here. I'm just going to scoop. I'm going to put about 3 scoops. I want it really full. And I want these to be up here. I'm going to trim these just a little bit because I don't want them to get caught in the sticky part. All right. Hey Susan, hi Louie. Hi guys, I was really into my Yeah, I couldn't decide if I wanted to cut the top to match the fold. I couldn't decide, so I went with this way, and it turned out pretty cute. So, um, all right, let's see here. So I've got all the sticky off of this, and then I'm just gonna lay this on top like that and press that all the way around. Isn't that fun? I love it. It's so cute. And it gives it's like a totally different look for the Pooh, the silly old bear set. Now this one I just did the different colors because, you know, the boys they're 6 and they're twins. It has to be similar, but it doesn't have to be the same. But this was a little vignette that I cut out, and it was from one of the little frames like this. And so again, this size was a little more, I think this would be kind of fun too. You could stick this one on here, but it didn't look so birthday-y. And this one has a little present where Pooh is opening in a present. But I also did the, you know, kind of the decoupage where you pull it up a little bit, and then I added some butterflies. And on this, I added some butterflies on the outside. So I think that's it. I think I've got my cards made for my kiddos. And then you can see on the inside I just took and did that, and then I'm gonna put a big old happy birthday in here. I think this is really a cute, it's kind of a, I wasn't gonna get it, to be honest, and then Susan got it, and of course whatever Susan gets I have to get, because, you know, what is life without having the same thing? So I think I'm going to put some more stars on it. I really like these stars. These polka dots are really cute too. You can see on this one I did polka dots with the band or the garland. So I think I'm going to, well, maybe I'll do polka dots since this has got polka dots. And then I think I'm going to put a little, I wanted something, I may put this on a stick like my pinwheels. I kind of thought about that would be fun. But I had some of this, oh, I don't know, this Christmas, again, I went to my discontinued things because I wanted something a little sparkly. And right now we're a little low on shaker fillers and trims. I'm sure it will come out shortly. So I am going to, again, take a glue dot and just pop it right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. I think my 6-year-old buddies will really like it. I did call to make sure that Pooh wasn't too, like, they hadn't outgrown Pooh. And they're like, we love Pooh. We have all the stuffed animals. I think there's 2 they can't find. They're too, well, she can find them, but they're like $75 for a stuffed animal. And yeah, we're probably not going to do that. Oops. So there you go. My 2 little silly old bears and Balloon Festoon. I'm pretty stoked about them. And that's one check off of my list to do this weekend. So I'm kind of excited. I can clean up my mess and go to the wedding with a clear conscience. So you guys have a great weekend. I hope to see you on, well, now next week I am out because I have company coming in. I think Susan may go live on Tuesday and maybe Wednesday. I don't know. We really didn't talk about it, but but I should be back the following week. So you guys have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you in a week from now. Bye.